Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this is my look at my top strong week trades for the week, and we have a lot of them, so let's get right to it. First of all, we'll take a look at the current strong week rankings. We see the euro has pretty much established itself as the leading currency, although the whole market seems to be in a consolidation right now. The strong ones are not nearly as strong as they were at the beginning of the week. The commodity currencies, Aussie CAD and New Zealand, have all fallen off quite a bit, and the yen is slowly making its way back up to the strong week rankings. The only thing that's pretty much stayed consistent has been weakness in the Swiss franc. Now let's look at some currency pairs. We're going to start with the euro US dollar. We've been watching this one as it finally broke out of that consolidation, and we had actually three really good up weeks, and then this week we got above that 200 week moving average, and then it reverses, closing a little bit. That's a pretty good pin bar reversal at a major point of overhead resistance, so we'll have to watch this one. This definitely could move down from here. If you look at this on the daily, it was pretty much that entire Friday candle, but it did have a little bit of a tail down here, so we'll have to see. If price does not get below that tail, then maybe this is just a one-day sell-off, and maybe we'll resume this uptrend. But right now it's kind of a coin toss as to which way this thing goes. Now let's look at some of our top strong week trades. Current top strong week trade is still the euro Swiss franc. There it is. Okay, back this up a little bit. You can see as the dollar got strong, the euro did weaken a bit. We did hit a high of 87 pips from our entry point, but then we pulled all the way back to, we actually went below break even, and then came back a bit at the close, so we're just barely in the positive area. But right now this is just a bit of a question mark whether this thing moves higher or lower. Next one to look at is the CAD Swiss franc. I think this one has been our worst one yet. Yep, there it is. Okay, don't look like boxes in place yet, but I think this was our entry point after this big up candle, and then we've just been pulling back ever since. It looks like it's trying to find some ground right here, so maybe it can still hold up. I think this thing's down like just over 100 pips at this point, so until it is down 150 points, I'll consider the trade not a loss as of yet. Next one I'm going to look at is the Aussie Swiss franc. And there it is. Okay, so this one hit a high of 95 pips early in the week, and then it's pulled back and just kind of consolidating here. So again, not ready to give up on this one. We did have three new strong week trades that came up one right after another 3 days in a row, and it always concerns me a little bit when you see that happening. So none of these have really been strong good trades for us yet. They're just kind of hanging in there, so you just have to be cautious with these. Now let's look at some of our longer term trades. First we'll start with the US dollar CAD. Okay, so this one, after hitting 127 pips, it has pulled back. Did we hit the 150 pip point yet? Right about there to right about here. Not quite. So this could still turn around and head back in our direction. The next one to look at is the Aussie yen, and that is right there. Okay, so this one has definitely been a bad trade for us. It hit a high of 72 pips and has been in a pretty hard pullback here. It just depends on where we're going to put your stop at. I think we're down 150 pips on this, so I'm just going to call it a failed trade at this point. I'll continue to track it just to see if it does rebound. You know, at times we may have needed a larger stop, just depends, but as of right now, this is looking like pretty much a failed trade. And the next one we're going to look at is the CAD yen. And here we go. Now this one hit a high of 364 pips, and you can see how it's pulling back as the yen has gotten stronger and the CAD has gotten weaker. This would normally be my point to exit a trade, you know, once it pulls all the way back to the 34-day moving average. If you hadn't taken profits already someplace here, it probably would have been a good point to do that. You have to set in a target on any of these trades. You know, you're going to go after 200 pips, 300 pips, you know, whatever that number is, you're going to go after, and then you definitely want to at least have a break-even stop should price reverse on you. And this one has been pulling back. We'll see if this 34-day moving average, which is also the 200-day on or 200-hour on the 4-hour chart, we'll see if that can hold it. Next one to look at is the New Zealand yen. And all these are going to be the same way. This one, same way. We hit a high of 226 pips, and now you see it pulling back. This is what you can expect in these trades, where you're going to eventually hit at a high point where it's going to come back, but you don't necessarily know where that high point is going to be. That's why I say you have to pick your point where you're going to take your profits, or when you're going to put in your break-even stop. This one is pulled all the way back to the break-even point. It did have a little bit of an up candle on Friday, which ended this 6-candle down move. So we'll see if this thing can get an up move and maybe resume the uptrend. And then I think I had one more to look at. Actually, two more to look at, and we have the New Zealand US dollar. Okay, so a week ago we hit a high of 421 pips, and as the dollar has strengthened a little bit, you can see this thing is pulling back. It's still in a nice uptrend, so we'll just have to see how long this dollar can continue to show some strength, whether or not this thing can make another leg up. And the final one is the euro pound, and this one, at least we're going to end this one on a positive note, because we did hit a new high after almost 2 weeks of sideways motion. We finished the week at a new high of 326 pips, and this trade we've been in since the 25th of May, and it's still going. So anyway, this is definitely a good lesson for everybody. This is what the market looks like on a week where you have pullbacks, and that will happen on any trades. So you pick your point where you want to take your profits, and then you protect yourself by either limiting your position size or the number of trades you have on at any one time, and of course place your stops. Either use a actual stop order or put a line on the screen that you're definitely going to exit if the price should close below that. Anyway, that's what I got for this week. Hopefully we have a better week as this market transitions this coming week, and I will catch y'all later in my thread.